Dear ladies and gentlemen, there is a battle being fought every single day, not out there in the world, but inside your own heart. It's the war between who you are and who you were told you are. The tension between your current reality and your God-given potential. And the loudest voice you'll ever have to overcome is not the critic in the crowd. It's the doubt in your own mind. But I came here to tell you something simple, powerful, and true. Believe in yourself. Not because everything is perfect, not because the odds are in your favor, but because the one who formed you didn't make a mistake when he made you. You are not here by accident. You're not just filling space or wasting time. You are carrying potential that hasn't even been fully unlocked yet, and it's going to take belief, radical belief, to break through every barrier that life tries to build around you. The people around you might not see it. The evidence might not support it. Your past might not justify it. But none of that changes what's already inside of you, and if you would just dare to believe, not in the finished product, but in the seed God placed in you, then everything starts to shift. Belief is dangerous, because once you start believing, you stop settling. Once you believe, you stop shrinking to fit the expectations of small-minded people. You start dreaming again. You start moving with purpose. You stop reacting and start responding, and that belief, it grows. It becomes a fire, a force, a movement. So if nobody ever told you, I believe in you, but more importantly, it's time for you to believe in you. Not in what you can do on your own, but in who you were created to be. You don't have to wait for perfection. You just need to take one bold step forward, and when doubt comes knocking, remind it that your belief isn't based on your feelings. It's rooted in your faith in your future, and in the fire you refuse to let die. 10 key points of the speech. Belief begins in silence. Before anyone else sees your worth, you must recognize it yourself. Your current condition doesn't cancel your calling. Your past does not disqualify your purpose. Doubt is loud, but truth is louder when it's spoken with faith. Believing in yourself isn't arrogance. It's agreement with the destiny placed in you. When you believe, you stop shrinking to fit fear and start rising into purpose. Faith and belief turn insecurity into boldness and setbacks into setups. Real belief creates movement. When you believe, you act differently. Surroundings may not change immediately, but your internal atmosphere will shift first. Belief attracts opportunity, growth, favor, and resilience. God's greatest work begins when you stop doubting His decision to create you. Would you like me to expand key point 1 in full motivational length next? Absolutely. Here's a *** long form expansion of key point 1 ** from the speech *. Believe in yourself *, written in a bold, emotionally resonant tone, without a subtitle or conclusion. Belief doesn't begin on the stage. It doesn't begin with the cheer of the crowd or the approval of others. Belief begins in silence *, in the sacred, quiet places where no one sees you but God *. Before anyone applauds your gift, before anyone recognizes your potential, before any doors open or platforms appear, there's a moment, a holy moment, where you have to make a decision. Will I believe in who I am when no one else does? It's easy to believe when people validate you, when your effort is affirmed, when your results are praised. But what about when no one texts you back? What about when you're showing up consistently and nothing seems to be shifting? What about when your prayers feel like they're echoing into silence and your progress feels invisible? That's where true belief is born, not in the noise, but in the lack of it. Because in silence, all the distractions die. The applause is gone, the pressure of expectation fades. All you have left is your thoughts, your doubts, and the whisper of purpose that still burns within you. And that's where you have to choose *. Choose to believe when there is no evidence yet. Choose to believe when no one is watching. Choose to believe when it would be easier to walk away. Because the belief that is forged in silence becomes unshakable when the storm comes. This is the kind of belief that champions are made of. The belief that stands even when everything else sits down. the belief that shows up even when there's no platform, the belief that speaks life to yourself in the mirror when no one else is encouraging you. That voice inside, the one that refuses to quit, is not weakness, it's the early sound of strength. You are stronger than you think, not because you've accomplished something loud, but because you're willing to commit to something quiet. Most people want the results without the roots. They want visibility without vulnerability, but belief isn't a performance, it's a posture. It's an internal alignment that says, I may not feel qualified, I may not see the full path, but I believe I was created for something greater than this moment. And so I move forward, not because I have proof, but because I have purpose. The truth is, no one else can believe for you. You can be surrounded by the best friends, the greatest mentors, the loudest supporters, but if you don't believe in you, all of it will bounce off the walls of your insecurity. That's why you have to do the inner work, the quiet work. You have to look your past in the face and say, you don't define me. You have to stare down fear and say, you don't own me. And you have to look in the mirror and say, I believe in who God created me to be, even when I don't fully see it yet. Because belief doesn't start with evidence, it starts with a decision. And that decision, made in silence, becomes the sound of your break, through long before the world ever hears your name. Let me know if you'd like me to continue with key point 2. Certainly. Here's a long form expansion of key point 2 from the speech believe in yourself written in a passionate, faith-driven style without a subtitle or conclusion. You need to understand something that could change how you see your entire life. Your current condition doesn't cancel you. Calling too many people get stuck because they confuse their situation with their identity . They think, because I'm struggling, I must not be strong. Because I failed, I must not be chosen. Because I feel broken, I must be beyond repair. But let me tell you, your present reality is not a prophecy of your future . Just because you're in a pit doesn't mean your purpose is buried. What you're walking through right now might be painful, yes. It might be confusing, uncomfortable, and even humiliating. But none of that disqualifies what's on your life. God doesn't take back what he put in you just because you're in a hard place. The calling is still active. The dream is still alive. The promise is still true. You may not see how you're going to get there from here, but your condition is not your conclusion. Look at your past. You've survived what should have taken you out. You've endured things that tried to define you. You've walked through shame, heartbreak, disappointment, and doubt. But you're still here. And if you're still here, that means there's still more inside you that God is trying to pull out. It means the calling on your life is stronger than the chaos around your life. The world says you have to be perfect to be used, that you need a clean record, a strong resume, and a highlight reel. But God says, I can use you right where you are, even if everything's a mess. In fact, some of the greatest transformations begin in the ugliest circumstances. Some of the most anointed people are the ones who were once the most broken. Why? Because pain produces depth, struggle gives birth to strength, and calling often emerges in spite of not because of your current condition. So don't disqualify yourself because you don't feel ready. The calling was never about being ready. It was about being willing. You don't have to feel worthy to be chosen. You just have to believe that what's happening around you doesn't define what's happening inside you. You might be facing rejection, but you are not rejected. You might be facing setbacks, but you are not set aside. Your value is not tied to your visibility. Your identity is not tied to your income, your job title, your relationship status, or your mistake history. There are seasons when everything in your life will scream you're done, but in that very moment God is whispering, asterisk, I'm just getting started. Asterisk, the world looks at your resume, but God looks at your resilience. The world sees failure, but God sees foundation. What you thought was a detour may actually be the direct path He's using to humble you, shape you, and prepare you. So, stand in the middle of your mess and say, asterisk, this condition will not cancel my calling. My purpose doesn't disappear just because my life feels chaotic. What's on my life is greater than what's coming against it. Asterisk, because once you learn to believe this truth, not just feel it on good days, but believe it on the worst days, nothing can stop you from stepping into the person you were always meant to become. Ready for key point 3 expansion next, certainly. Here's the asterisk full large length expansion of key point 3 asterisk from the speech asterisk. Believe in yourself asterisk, written in the emotional, soul stirring tone you requested, without any subtitle or conclusion. Doubt is loud, and it doesn't knock politely. It kicks down the door when you're most vulnerable. It shows up when you're trying to start something new, when you finally take a step toward your calling, or when you get back up after being knocked down. Doubt doesn't whisper, it shouts. It reminds you of every failure, every insecurity, every moment where you felt unseen, unworthy, or unprepared. But here's what most people don't realize. Asterisk truth is louder, but only if you're bold enough to speak it asterisk. Truth doesn't come through noise. It comes through conviction. And conviction isn't always loud on the outside. It's deafening on the inside. That's why you've got to fight back, not with volume, but with asterisk vision asterisk. Not with panic, but with asterisk promise asterisk. You don't need more external reassurance. You need internal revelation. Because truth is not just something you asterisk hear asterisk. Truth is something you asterisk declare asterisk. And when doubt raises its voice, it's not time to shut down. It's time to stand up. That's where belief becomes powerful. Not when everything's going well, but when your thoughts are spiraling and you still choose to say asterisk, I'm not going backwards. I've come too far. I've grown too much. I'm not who I used to be. Asterisk, you see, doubt always brings receipts. It shows you proof of where you failed. But truth brings prophecy. It shows you asterisk where you're going asterisk. Doubt is rooted in fear. Truth is rooted in faith. Doubt uses your past against you. Truth uses your purpose to lift you. Doubt says you can't. Truth says you already are. It's time to flip the script. It's time to stop allowing the volume of doubt to drown out the voice of destiny. When the enemy tells you you're not enough, you've got to speak back and say asterisk, I may not be perfect, but I'm progressing. I may not have all the answers, but I know I have a purpose. I may feel weak, but I know the one who gives me strength. Asterisk, the world is noisy. The critics are noisy, your inner doubts are noisy, but the truth asterisk, your truth asterisk, has to get louder, not in decibels, but in depth, in courage, in action. You've got to learn to speak truth over yourself when no one else is around to do it. That's the difference between people who stay stuck and people who grow. It's not the absence of doubt, it's the presence of asterisk, declared truth asterisk. When doubt says you're unqualified, speak the truth, asterisk, you are chosen. Asterisk, when doubt says you're too broken, speak the truth, asterisk, you are being rebuilt. Asterisk, when doubt says you're not ready, speak the truth, asterisk, you've been prepared by every pain you've survived. Asterisk, this is not about pretending to be confident. It's about being asterisk, rooted asterisk, grounded in something deeper than emotion, anchored in a promise greater than your current position. And if you can train your spirit to declare truth, consistently, boldly, relentlessly, then doubt will lose its grip, not because it disappears, but because you've drowned it in the sound of faith. You don't need another compliment. You need your asterisk own voice asterisk, aligned with heaven, declaring your asterisk own truth asterisk, until it becomes your reality. Because truth is already louder than doubt asterisk, you just have to speak it asterisk. Let me know when you're ready for key point 4 expansion. Certainly. Here is the long form expansion of key point 4 from the speech believe in yourself crafted in a deep, bold, and faith-driven tone, without a subtitle or conclusion. There's a dangerous misconception in our world today that believing in yourself is prideful, that it's arrogant to walk with confidence, to own your purpose, to carry your calling like it matters. But let me challenge that idea right now. Believing in yourself isn't arrogance, it's agreement. It's aligning your heart with the identity that was placed inside you before you ever took your first breath. You weren't created by accident. You didn't stumble into this world without intention. You were knit together with care, infused with potential, marked with purpose. And when you begin to walk in belief, when you finally stand up and say, I will no longer apologize for the light inside of me, that's not pride, that's permission. Permission to be who you truly are. Permission to live, lead, love, and labor from your authentic, God-given identity. The enemy of your soul doesn't care how many dreams you have. He only starts shaking when you begin to believe they're possible. As long as you shrink, settle, and silence yourself, you're no threat. But the moment you step into alignment with what God says about you, the atmosphere begins to shift. Your mind changes, your actions change, and yes, people might misunderstand your confidence, but that's not your problem. Confidence grounded in faith is not ego, it's evidence. Evidence that you finally stopped agreeing with the lies of fear and started agreeing with the truth of who you were made to be. You don't believe in yourself because you're perfect. You believe in yourself because you're called. Because even on your worst day, you are still chosen. Even when you mess up, your assignment remains. There is something powerful that happens when you walk into a room and you're not trying to prove anything to anyone, but you simply carry the quiet assurance of someone who knows who they are. That's not arrogance, that's authority, and that kind of authority doesn't come from your resume or your appearance or your Instagram bio. It comes from time spent in the fire, learning how to be confident even when nothing around you looks certain. You've got to stop waiting for others to validate you. You don't need their approval to believe what God already said. When you get free from the addiction of external affirmation, you'll start moving in a deeper, unshakable confidence. People will wonder what changed. They won't understand that it wasn't a promotion or a platform. It was a revelation. You finally saw yourself the way heaven sees you. And when that happens, when you believe in yourself, not because you've arrived, but because you're aligned, you stop being intimidated by the noise. You stop comparing your journey. You stop performing for applause. You move in truth, you lead with courage, you walk through closed doors without fear, and you start creating the kind of impact that only someone walking in true belief can create. So no, it's not arrogant to believe in yourself. It's agreement. And when you stop resisting that agreement, when you stop disqualifying yourself and start standing tall in who you were created to be, everything starts to change. Would you like me to move on to key point 5 ? Of course, here is the extended version of key point 5 from the speech believe in yourself written in a powerful, emotionally rich tone without any subtitle or conclusion. People often want strength without struggle, growth without pressure, success without discomfort. But the truth is resilience is not born in comfort It's born in those seasons where everything in you wants to quit, yet something in you chooses to stay. The greatest strength doesn't come from winning. It comes from not giving up when you're losing It comes from getting up when there's no one there to cheer you on. It comes from pushing forward when your heart is tired, your mind is cluttered, and your body feels like it can't go another step. That's the kind of resilience that forges champions. The kind that isn't loud or showy, but deeply rooted. It's built in the midnight moments when you pray and it feels like heaven is silent. It's built in the quiet consistency of showing up again and again when the results aren't visible. It's built when you've been rejected, overlooked, or misunderstood, and yet you refuse to stop believing in what God placed inside you. Resilience doesn't come from avoiding pain, it comes from walking through it and still choosing faith. It comes from leaning into the storm, not because you like the wind, but because you know what's on the other side is worth fighting for. Some of your greatest breakthroughs will come right after your hardest breakdowns. That's not a cliche, that's a reality. Pain is not your enemy, it's your refiner. You don't become strong by reading books about strength. You become strong by enduring the very situations that make you want to give up. And when you do it without applause, without validation, without being noticed, that's when real resilience is forged. That's when your belief stops being a theory and becomes your foundation. The enemy doesn't fear people who start fast. He fears people who keep going. Because consistency is louder than hype. Discipline is more dangerous than emotion. You can't build anything lasting on the feelings of motivation alone. You build it on the daily decision to keep showing up even when nothing seems to be changing. Let's be real. Sometimes the reason you want to quit isn't because you're weak, it's because you're doing something that's actually worth the fight. And yes, believing in yourself in the face of delay, in the face of failure, in the face of silence is hard. But that's exactly what separates the surface-level believers from the deep-rooted ones. Anyone can believe when it's easy, but it takes spiritual maturity to believe when it's not. So when life hits hard, don't let it convince you to shrink. Let it remind you of how much strength you still have to discover. Let it drive you to your knees, not in defeat but in dependence, because belief isn't about being bulletproof. It's about being rooted enough to bend but not break. You're going to make it, not because it's easy, but because you're stronger than the storm you're facing. That strength didn't show up overnight. It was built in every painful moment, in every faithful step, in every time you said yes to the process even when it hurt. That's real belief, that's real resilience, and that's what will carry you to the place you were always meant to be. Ready for key point 6 next.